And now, News Channel 10's 24/7 local weather first alert forecast.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everyone. I am meteorologist Sheldon Brashears here checking in with a look at a first alert weather event for the day today for high winds and, of course, the wildfire danger that comes with it. Here's where we're starting out today. The sun's not even up yet. We're seeing gusts approaching 30 miles an hour in several places around the region, especially up towards the north, where you'll see right there that Dalhart and Dumas gusting to 28 to 29 miles an hour. And here's generally what's happening is the upper level flow is kicking those winds out of the southwest. We're going to see a stronger part of the jet stream over the top of our region here as we go throughout the daytime period today. But here's the thing, right now we're seeing cloud cover out there. If we can get this cloud cover to stick around through the day, that could keep that humidity up just a little bit. Doesn't completely mitigate fire risk, but it could help maybe dampen it just a little bit. But the thing is, we've got to have that cloud cover hold. If it starts to break up and we see sunnier skies this afternoon, unfortunately we won't get the benefits that can come with that high level cloud cover. But we are seeing it out there right now. So for today, we do have critical fire danger. You'll see just up at the very top of your screen, up in places like Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, there is extreme fire danger up that direction. But for us here at home, critical, which is still, of course, warrants very closely watching and, of course, warranting the first alert weather event that we're in for right now. So we're going to see those winds getting going pretty quickly as we're seeing 15 to 25 mile an hour winds already to start the day. We're going to see sustained wind speeds out of the west at a good 30 to 40 miles an hour throughout the bulk of this afternoon. You'll see, thankfully, going into this evening, those wind speeds start to relax a little bit, down around 15 to 25 miles an hour. But during that window, when those winds are gusting at 30 to 40, we're going to be seeing, of course, gusts possible 60 to 70 miles an hour. You'll see those wind speeds stay a little bit lighter, but still somewhat breezy as we head on into your Wednesday morning. So relative humidity values, like I said, thankfully today they don't get quite as low as they could. That mitigates a little bit of the fire danger, but it doesn't completely negate it entirely, but we'll still be around maybe 10 to 20% as we head throughout the driest part of the day before those values start to bounce back, maybe mid-20s by this evening. So when it comes to the winds, all the counties you see there in gold, that is a high wind warning. That is for sustained wind speeds at 35 to 45, gusting to 70. That is the language being used by the National Weather Service offices, of course, for all these areas. You're going to be seeing those light tan counties. That is a high wind watch, or wind advisory rather. That is for 25 to 35 mile an hour winds, gusting to 50. So the further southeast you are, maybe those winds are going to be a little bit better. But every single county in the News Channel 10 viewing area is seeing a red flag warning. Of course, that is for wildfire danger, as we're going to see, of course, those high gusts we just talked about. Of course, the relative humidity values, the language the National Weather Service using right now, about 8 to 13% on relative humidity, which of course, like I said, puts us in that critical range. That is for all day today. Doesn't really start to go away until we roll on into this evening and tonight. So of course, wind and wildfire safety with those strong winds out there, especially for north-south travel on I-27. Of course, high-profile vehicles could be prone to tipping over. Of course, loosely secured items outside are going to try to blow away on days like today. Of course, blowing dust can cause limited visibility as well, so make sure to be prepared for that as you head out the door. And if you see a really heavy dust storm, just don't drive into it, because that's where you start to see pileups that can happen on things like I-27. We've seen that happen here in the past. Of course, just avoid any spark-causing activities outside today. Don't flick those cigarettes outside. Don't drag chains. Don't do those things that, of course, can help cause a wildfire. Save that welding project for another day. And, of course, we've documented well here on News Channel 10 talking about Xcel Energy. There's other co-ops around the region that have talked about doing power outages, planned power outages throughout the day to, of course, help prevent power line arcing. So be prepared for power outages. Take those necessary precautions with that as well. In terms of temperatures today, we'll see high 60s off towards the west today, high 70s here in Amarillo, about 78 degrees with maybe some mid 80s further off towards the east and southeastern parts of the area. So spring-like temperatures are sticking around. So we have our first alert weather day today. It's still going to be breezy there for a couple of days as we'll see 72, but then what we call a Pacific front rolls in. That's going to drop those daytime highs down into the 50s with overnight lows getting down into the 20s. That will help us get a little relief from fire danger, but winds aren't going to just completely go away all at once. So of course, we are in first alert mode here for the day today, so make sure to stay tuned here to News Channel 10. We'll provide frequent updates here all day long.